everybody, and welcome to all the new subscribers. Oh my goodness gracious, I've gotten like 80 new subscribers in 2 days, and I am so humbled, and I am so blessed, and I am so grateful, and I am so appreciative of all the new subscribers, and all the people who have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate you just as much. I cannot believe how wonderful and how amazing this channel is going, and I am so pleased that everybody is here, and I can't express how grateful I am to each and every one of you. And this particular video has two Ollie's shops in it. The first one is today. We were in the Kissimmee store today, and then the other one at the end is the Eustace store that we were in on Tuesday. So these are relatively recent Ollie's shops, and there were a couple new items, and I really looked really hard in the Kissimmee store today because I'm really trying to find that Arteza, the mandala maker kit that they have from Arteza that I've been told about, and one of the Chatty Crafty Guild told me that they found it in Michigan. I'm really trying to find them down here, and my husband and I looked everywhere that we could think of in this store, but this store had a lot of really good items in it. This store still has their dollar table. It's still a very prominent place, and they are still putting a lot of effort into their crafting supplies, and also it was really, really well organized. Was a great organized, as far as organization goes, this store was top notch, and I can't fault it in any way. I did find these little cards. This is like the second or third time that I've seen this little pack of cards in any of the Ollies from Cricut. I've seen the other cards many, many times, and I'm trying to focus in really clearly on the price tags so that people can see them, so that you know what the prices are of these items. And hoping that I got them. On this dollar table, anything that I don't show a price on is probably $1. I won't say it definitely is $1, because sometimes items on the dollar table are $1.99 or $1.49, but most of the items that don't have a price on them are actually $1. Straight up dollar. They're not 99 cents, they're $1. And since the penny is now gone, that might not be a bad thing that they're a straight up dollar, but you know, that's for another story. I still don't think these glue bottles worth $1 a piece. I still keep hoping that they'll make them 25 cents each, but I haven't seen it yet. They did have this beautiful white vinyl, and there is some more vinyl elsewhere in the store. This was all that I saw at the front table. And these little pens, I haven't bought and tried any of these, so if you would please drop a comment and let us know how well they write. I do know that somebody has really strongly recommended the Arteza Ink Tonic pens. That's INKTONIC. And I have been looking for them since that particular guild member told me about them, but I have not been able to find them yet. So I've been looking for about a month and a half now, and I haven't seen them yet. But I am still looking. I am still hopeful. I did not buy this ribbon. If you see my live stream from last night, you'll see me just go ape crazy over a roll of ribbon that I did find. I usually don't buy wire-edged ribbon because I don't usually have a use for wire-edged ribbon because I do card making. This was wire-edged ribbon. It was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It was absolutely beautiful, but it wasn't something that I could see myself using in card making, but I can definitely see that being used in bow making and wreaths, and if you make hair ties and hair do-ups and things like that, it would be beautiful for those. They did the houndstooth that you saw was glittery. It's got gray and black glitter on it. It doesn't come up very well in the video, but it is glittery, and the bronze or the copper glitter paper was also really nice. I thought this was a really cool set because this teaches you how to do that lettering with both large, broad felt tip pens and with the narrow felt tip pens, and I thought that was cool. I didn't find a price tag on either of them, and I had to put this one down and pick up another one because you couldn't really read the top of it because it had been ripped open, but these were probably $1. The single sheets of paper are $0.25. There have been a couple times in stores. If you go into a store, be sure that you check the price tag. If there's a price tag on the single sheets of paper, be sure that you check it because some of them have been mistakenly marked as single sheets of paper at $2.99, and they're not. They're supposed to be $0.25. So make sure that you check that. I do know that there is a store over in the Tampa area that has the teal glitter paper that is mispriced at $2.99 a sheet, and it should have been $2.99 for 12 sheets. And they took them out of the plastic wrap so they were no longer bound together as 12 sheets. And then they marked them as if it was still a 12 sheet pack. So make sure that you check that. I also saw some gold poster board in either the Eustace store that you're going to see at the end of this video or the Leesburg store that I put up on Tuesday. And we were in both the Leesburg store and the Eustace store on Tuesday. So it's in one of those two stores, but they had the half poster board sheets of paper for glitter paper and they were marked at $2.99 for each one. And again, it should have been a pack of 12 for $2.99 or 25 cents a sheet. They had the Minions. Oh my gosh, they had several of these. They probably had 5 or 6 of these Minion pads, and I still love the Minion pad. I love the subject matter, and I also really love the fact that these are cardstock and they are double-sided. I love that. I love double-sided cardstock because it gives you so much more to work with and so much more. And we've seen these particular pens in a lot of places, but I found something in this box that I haven't seen in any other store. This one right there, that's the white one, but look at this, that's a silver one. I've never seen one of these in a metallic marker style, and I dug through to see if there was any other colors, like if they had copper or gold or bronze, and I didn't find any of them. I just found the silver one. Again, these would be $1 because they're not priced and they're on the dollar table. And this is a really good price. This is 40 of those sheets that you need for the mold it thing, so it gives you an awful lot of extra sheets, and it's only $8 for that, which is an incredible price. This was really cute ribbon. And this was the only tiny roll of ribbon that I found. They do have some of the tiny rolls of twine in this store, and they do have some other pieces that you can use in card making, but that was the only tiny roll of ribbon. I thought these were really cute. The little love hearts or the little conversation hearts as little treat toppers for like cupcakes or something like that. That would be so cute. These are mix-ins for using with the way, if I've never read the back of this before, but another person in the guild, another guild member said that this is to be used with those paper making kits. And you know that I have found the paper making kit for the screens and other items that are used in paper making, the envelope mold and the tag mold, and I found those items, and I'm ready to recycle my paper using my blender to make the little pulp and put it in there. These were beautiful. All of these papers were in here were beautiful. This one had a lot of double-sided cardstock at 25 cents a sheet, which is an incredible price for double-sided cardstock. This one was my husband snoring in the background. Just please ignore him. But I didn't understand that one because the colors were so similar to each other. The beautiful bubble gum glitter paper, you get 2 sheets for $1. Still a great price. It's 50 cents a sheet. It's more than the other ones, but it's still a great price. And this one is a little Easter egg hunt, which Easter is going to come up again. You know, it's not like these are going to go, out of date. They may not be pertinent now, but they will be pertinent again. And they were really cute. These are sold individually, the little twines that go on the cards. And just as a segue, again, I just want to say how thankful I am. And if you would, please, if you are in any way inclined, please do subscribe to my channel if you find any joy or any entertainment or any knowledge or any benefit or any value from my channel, because I would love to become a mature channel. My goal is to be a mature channel by Thanksgiving. And the fact that I've gotten 80 new subscribers in 2 days, that just blows my mind. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. But the fact that I've gotten 80 new subscribers, and right now I really only need 80 more to become a mature channel. Maybe we can have a little celebration on Friday during my live stream at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's New York time, so at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, if I hit my 1,000, we'll have a little celebration on Friday, which would be... oh, wow, that's tomorrow. Oh, that would be so cool. We could have a little celebration of life. Oh, and wouldn't it be so great if I actually turned to 1,000 while I was in the live? That would be so amazing. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm so excited. I really am. I never thought that this channel would become what it is, considering that it just started out as something... I didn't even start this channel to become a channel. I originally started going to Ollie specifically to buy paper pads because I make greeting cards. And I started buying the greeting cards, the paper pads to make my greeting cards. And then I started filming it while I was there and doing shop with me's. And people liked them. And the positive feedback that I have gotten has been so wonderful. And I appreciate all the kind words that I get from everybody. They did have a lot of these Kaboom chocolate molds where you sit there and you make the little chocolate and then you put the top on it, but you put stuff inside it. So it's like a little piñata is what they call it. And most of them were $1.99, this little teeny tiny cupcake size one was $1.99. The big cupcake size one was $1.99. The football was $1.99. The egg was $1.99. But it did. I don't remember if I don't think this one had the wine bottle, but it would have been $1.99. And then you get to the big sphere, and it was 74 cents. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but seriously, the big sphere, there it is, right there, 74 cents. I don't really understand that. I mean, why not get the big sphere, right? It's the cheapest of the lot. Every other one was $1.99, but that big sphere, and they were all marked 74 cents. It wasn't like one of them was marked 74 cents and the rest of them were $1.99. No, they were all marked 74 cents. So if you want those Kaboom chocolate molds and you don't mind it being round, if you don't need a specific shape, definitely go for the round one. Someday I think I might try that. My husband and I don't really do pancakes very often, so I've never picked it up because it's not something that we eat very often. But someday I might pick it up to try it out. I still have that key lime pie mix that I got. I still have to make that and test it out for the channel. I that is still on my agenda. I do have the ingredients that I needed to add to it so that I can make it. I needed a graham cracker crust and 2 packages of cream cheese and a thing of whipped topping. But I have gotten those. I just haven't made it yet. But it's a no-bake one, so it won't take me too long. They had these beautiful little mix-ins, but I thought these were for resin, and they're not. The package says that they're for pouring paint. So I don't know exactly how that works. Science fair project. Science fair project. Science fair projects are close to being due. If you need these letters for science fair projects, you might want to get one relatively quickly. I'm just saying. All of the canvases like this that are stretch canvases over frames, it's $9.99 a package, and what changes is the number of canvases you get and the size of the canvas. So that one think was 16 by 20, and it was 3 canvases. I believe that this one is, what is this one? Can I see it? It's 11 by 14, and I think you get 4 canvases in this one. So you're still paying $10 a set for it, but you get a different number of canvases in it. And I think the last one was 8 by 10, and I think there were 6 canvases in that one. So it's you kind of get about the same square footage of canvas. It just depends on what you want, what size you want, how big you need it to be. But either way, I mean, across the board, it's not a bad price for those. And then we come around the corner to the peg aisle, and most of the stuff on the peg aisle is the same as you see in every one of the stores. But I did see these Cricut t-shirts again. And these are the Raglan style sleeves that you see on like baseball shirts and things like that. I only looked at 3 packages, but all 3 of the ones that I looked at were smalls. I don't know if they have any other sizes there, but the 3 that I looked at were small. This is Bazil brand envelopes, and I have learned through these Ollie's shop with me that doing this, that Bazil is a relatively good brand of paper. And those envelopes for 59 cents for, I think it was 8 of them, is a really good price for Bazil brand. But it's not a size envelope that I use in my crafting. I don't make that size greeting card, so I don't need those envelopes. But if somebody out there makes that size greeting card, that is an excellent price for that. If you have the ability and the inclination to go to this is a Kissimmee store, and pick those up, then by all means do so. I was a kid. I loved highlights. Oh, it was like the highlight of going to the doctor, because the doctor always had highlights in his office. And this is a hidden pictures, and it was my favorite thing in the highlights was the hidden pictures. And that was a long hidden pictures. The whole thing opened up flat to be hidden pictures. And I thought that was my little kid inside me. The little kid in my brain went, oh, that is so cool. But of course I didn't get it because the little kid in my brain doesn't need that anymore. So it stayed behind. This I couldn't open up, and I'm obviously not the first person who tried to open it up because it was already ripped. And I tried to open it up and noticed that it had been ripped at that spot. But this is what's inside there. It's a cute little thing. If you have any questions about the things that I see, I'm more than happy to answer them. If you want to just drop a comment asking me the question that you have, if I go too quickly or if I don't show something well enough, or if you have a question about where else I've seen these, because I've been in so many Ollies now. I've been inside Ollies about 60 times now, and that's probably 34 or 35 different Ollies that I've been in. So if you have any questions about things, definitely ask. I'm more than happy to answer them. My husband is absolutely wonderful because he drives me hither and yon so that I can go to these Ollies. I have been all the Ollies in South Florida. I've been on almost every Ollies in Central Florida, and I've been in all the Ollies in Jacksonville and Kingsland, Georgia. I've been in several Ollies around the Marietta, Georgia area, which is the northwest corner of Atlanta. So I have a lot of information about things that I've seen, and I'm more than happy to answer questions. I really am. Or join the live stream. You can ask me questions during the chat and live stream. You have to be a subscriber to chat in the live stream, but you only have to be a subscriber for a minute. So if you literally 1 minute, 60 seconds. So if you subscribe during this video and then join the live stream tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then you'll be able to chat and you'll be able to ask any questions that you have, and I'm more than happy to help you out. And one of the things that I love about my live stream, sorry, I slurred that a little bit, is that it's a way for us to grow together, because I don't sit there and say this and this and this and this and this and just show you something. I actually start working with the items, and then as people are watching, they'll ask me questions or they'll make suggestions of things that can be done, and then I'll test it out with, if you know the inside joke about the chalk, you just got to chuckle. If you don't know the inside joke about the chalk, go back and watch some of my other videos where I talk about the chalk. Whoever designed those packages is just no. I'm sorry, no. Just no. No, bad design, very, very bad packaging design on those. I'm just saying. But yeah, in my live streams, we discuss things and we talk about things that can be done, and we share ideas of the ways that we do things. Oh, and in the last live stream, I was using some ribbon one way, and then one of the people who was watching, Amira, she suggested that I try it a different way and add something to it, and we did, and it looked beautiful. And I was doing some stuff and showing how I would attach it down, and then the potter's wife, I finally remembered, suggested using Fabri-Tac, which is something that I'd never heard of. So it increases the knowledge and it increases the skills of everybody that is watching the live streams and everybody who's participating in the live streams. And if you watch it at the time or if you watch it later, it's in a way to increase the skills and everything, which is why we call this a guild. A guild is a group of people that get together who have a similar skill set, and they get together and discuss their skill sets in order to improve each other's abilities to do their chosen skill set. In our case, it's crafting. And there's no limit to the type of crafting. We don't sit there and say, oh, I'm sorry, you're this type of crafter, you can't join our guild. No, this is a crafting guild. Any form of crafting is welcome. Fabric arts, paint arts, visual arts, anything like that. If you want to do beading, if you want to do polymer clay, if you want to do any form of 3D art, mixed media, anything like that. Anything that you can think of that is arts and crafts and sewing and anything like that, you can get in there, look in the guild, and there are people that will help you out. I have never seen this Arteza thing before, and that's saying something, the number of Ollies that I've been in. And this was a really cool set for weekly meal planning, and I thought it was a neat idea to have all of these items together so that you could plan the meals together as a family. And giving children ownership of what goes into the meals is something that really helps them learn to grow as consumers and as people who enjoy a wider range of foods. If they have input in what they eat, they're more likely to eat a more greater variety of things. I loved this social distancing queen. Oh, it's so funny. I love puns. It was so good. I think there was supposed to be something on the inside, like a rack or something. It wasn't very clean. It had obviously been there for a while. And then this, oh my goodness gracious. I did not get a very good image of the inside of it because it fell and my husband caught it. And I dropped my phone at the same time. This just became a whole big production while we were in the store. But it's a little artist's carrying case. It's a little travel case for art things. And so I opened it up and then I started pulling out the tray, and then my husband grabbed it and caught it before it hit the floor. But it was such a big production. I dropped my phone. That's why there was that weird break in the video. But yeah, my phone was fine. The case was fine. Everything was fine. It was just this whole big production occurred when I dropped that. That would be one of those things to go back and look at the video and the Ollie's thing and go, oh yeah, that was funny. Because that was just silly. And then we're in this area that has these really cool little books and really cool little journals, and Ollie's does a really good job of stocking quite a few journals that would make excellent stocking stuffers, excellent gifts if you get those journals and some of those narrow felt tip pens. And I love horses. Oh my gosh, I love horses. I have to show this off. Horses and cats are my animals. And for cats, it's any cat. But for horses, oh my gosh, my favorite are Andalusians and Gypsy Vanners. Oh my goodness. And that's a vanner with a V. So if you've never heard of a gypsy vanner, oh my goodness, please do look them up because they are so beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious, they are such gorgeous, gorgeous creatures. Andalusians are probably second because a gypsy vanner to me is just an absolute joy to watch. They are a joy to watch move. They are a joy to see in everything that they do. If you're a slime person, all of these Ollies have big bottles of glue. But what I was saying about the journals, imagine giving somebody a journal and some of these pens to write down their thoughts or to sketch out their ideas or to do things like that. That would be such a beautiful present for someone. And that would get them on the road to the creativity and on the road to creative expression. I do say in my channel, I do say a lot of phrases that I think are the best phrases, and I have a lot of them, so I have a lot of bests. And one of my favorite phrases is creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. I love that. I love that a lot. These are $1.99 in this store. I would not buy them in this store. They are great. I did test them in one of my live streams, and it was probably a couple weeks ago. They're wonderful. They work amazingly well for paint pens, but I wouldn't buy them at $1.99 because a lot of Ollies have them at $1.29. I love these little frames. I think that that would be a really cool thing to give a frame and some art supplies to a kid and let them decorate the frame any way they want to, and then stick a couple pictures of that child in there and then give it to grandma. Let the kid decorate the frame, put the pictures of the kid in the frame, and then wouldn't that be just a meaningful, sentimental, beautiful gift for grandma and grandpa? I just really think that that would be so beautiful. Or you could use it as a wedding memento, where you put pictures of yourselves in the wedding memento and you decorate it with your wedding colors, and then you hand it to the people that were maybe in your bridal party or maybe that were in your that helped you out and made the wedding better for everybody. I mean, oh my goodness gracious, there's so many ways you could use those little frames, and they were only $1 a piece. I mean, that's really a good price. This Ollie's did have a couple of dig boxes in it where you sit there and you dig through things that have just ended up in a box because they only have one or two of these items, so they end up in a box. I did find garage sale stickers. I don't know why I pulled them out and highlighted them and showcased them, but I did. There they were. So, did have that. This store did have the blue Cricut, a smart vinyl, as well as the green Cricut, but only one store that I have been in has the hat trick, and I only know of two stores that have the hat trick where they have all the red, the green, the blue, and the yellow. If there is a red, I have never seen it. I've never seen a picture of it or anything. So that watercolor paper is Arteza. It's amazing. The obligatory red Cricut foil, but I only found that one package. I don't know if it's gone or if it's been sold out or whatever. These have very academic phrases on the front. It's $1.99 for the pad, so it's actually cheaper than the rest of the cardstock pads that they have, but it's completely blank on the back. So if you don't want the collegiate or the academic phrases on the front, then you can always just use it as black cardstock, and it's like 12 sheets for $2, which is a great price. They had this little cylinder pencil case, which I thought about getting for my markers, but I didn't. I decided not to. I don't need to encourage myself to buy any more markers. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know how much of a marker fiend I am and how much I absolutely love markers, and I own way, way too many at this point. This is not really the craft aisle. This is actually an aisle in the area where they have all of the Christmas presents or holiday presents all laid out. So they've moved a lot of these kits to a more prominent place for the holiday season, which makes sense. And so I'm looking at these here. So if you're looking for these kits, I remember we were looking for the mandala kits, so we looked all over the store for these. When I was filming the dollar table, my husband was looking all over the store, and then we went back to the stationery aisle and we filmed that, and then we looked a little bit more throughout the store trying to find those mandala kits. We didn't find them. We never came up with them, but I am still on the hunt for them because I've had people ask about dotting tools, and I would love to catch up with those items and get 2 or 3 of them so that I can have one for myself for the dotting tools that are included, but also so that I can give them as giveaways on my channel, which my channel does a giveaway every other week. The current week right now, we are in the giveaway part of it, and the item that's being given away is a resin mold set. It's got 2 different box molds, 2 coaster agate molds, and a bracelet mold, as well as a package of 4 opaque dies that you can use in the resin. And it's just a little resin packet, and there will be 2 winners, and both winners will get every item that I just mentioned. And if you want to, if you're interested in entering that, in the description for this video, it will take you back to the video that I put up on Sunday. And in the video on Sunday, I give information about how to fill out the entry form and why it is so important to fill out the entry form the way I've asked you to. It's not difficult. It's only like 4 questions, which is basically your name and a 6-character alphanumeric code and verification that you're 18 and a resident of the United States or one of her territories. It's pretty much it. But that 6-character alphanumeric code is the most important part, and the video explains that. Giant sequoia are beautiful, beautiful trees. I absolutely love them. We were in Sequoia National Park in the before times, probably 2018, 2019, something like that. And they were stunning and awe-inspiring, and just the magnificence of them was crazy. But I don't think they'll do very well in Florida because they are alpine trees. They are made for high altitudes. These glasses were beautiful. This is all that they had, but in person they were so shimmery and so beautiful. This is the bonus shop with me. This is the Eustace store that we were at on Tuesday. So the Kissimmee store was today. So that was a very pertinent, very fresh video. This one is from Tuesday. And I recorded it on Tuesday, but when I put up the Tuesday video, I didn't add this to it because I was doing the editing while we were driving, and I was doing it on TikTok, and TikTok is not a great editor, so I didn't finish this edit on Tuesday, so I'm putting it in this one. I did showcase this burlap in my live stream yesterday where I showed how good it is, and I smelled it because sometimes burlap smells bad. This did not. This did not have that typical chemically burlap smell. So it was a really good price for a piece of burlap that could be used for holiday decorations. It could be used for holiday wrapping. I also suggested putting it in junk journals so that there's texture in your junk journals. If you are one of the people that sews in your junk journals, you know, combine sewing and paper, you could sew it on top of a piece of paper and you could have it be a cover for a sheet of paper. This is a larger piece of burlap that's 46 by 72. So I think the other one was 42 by 36. This is 46 by 72, so it's almost twice as big, and it was $4. They did have some sewing notions in this store, but not a whole lot. I did like seeing these little guides, but I am not a seamstress. I don't know anything about these sewing notions. I just know that they're there, so I'm pointing them out to you. And that's another thing about my channel. Oh, my cat just jumped on the editor. Hold on a second. Got to move him. There we go. But that's another thing about this channel is I don't gatekeep. I'm not a seamstress. I'm never going to use any of those items. But they're out there, so I want to show you what's there in case you are a seamstress and you are interested. Because in the Leesburg store, I found elastic that was 1 inch by 50 yards for $10. You got the whole spool for $10. And someone who's in the guild chimed in and said, well, I am a seamstress. I said it wrong in the video. I said it was 50 feet. And she said that if it was 50 feet, then it really wasn't a very good deal. So I went back and looked at the picture really, really closely. Cutter bee scissors. Oh my gosh, I love them. But I went back and looked at the pictures really, really closely, and it's actually 50 yards. And I said that to her in the comments, and she wrote back and said, yes, that is a good price. For $10 for 1 inch by 50 yards of elastic is a really good price. So this Eustace store didn't have it. That was at the Leesburg, Florida store. So that's another thing to look out for. But I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm not a seamstress, but I'm going to show you what's available to you. I'm not a resin person. I don't do resin, but I picked up those resin items so that I could do a giveaway for resin people. I'm not going to sit there and say, you know, you have to look at only the crafts that I do, because that's not fair to people who have other interests. And I definitely want this to be a very inclusive and very accommodating channel. These EK Tool scissors are one of the few things that I have never seen have a different price on them in any store. A lot of these items have different prices store to store to store. The materials, the available products in Ollie's varies wildly from store to store to store, and sometimes the prices of items can vary wildly from store to store to store. Like those paint sticks that are $1.29 in some stores, $1.99 in some stores, and $2.99 in some stores. Those EK tool scissors, they're always $2.99. I have never seen them any other price. So there may be a store out there where they're not $2.99, but I am not privy to that store. Remember, we're still in the Eustace store, so these cards are also in the Eustace store. We saw them earlier in the video in the Kissimmee store, and I'm going to have to stop this in just a moment because my voiceover will only let me do 30 minutes in a row, and I'm at 29 minutes and 48 seconds, so I'm going to stop this. You're not going to notice, but I'm going to notice. I'm going to stop this and start up again. Okay, I'm back, and you would never have known if I hadn't brought it up and pointed it out, but you know, that's what it is. That's the way my channel goes, is I do this very, very raw and very, very real because I don't want to be fake on my channel. I just really don't. So this is the, like I said, we're back in the Eustace store. You saw some more vinyl that they had there, and they did have a few piles of this where it's paper pads and it's paper containers and not paper containers, but sets of paper. There's the obligatory red Cricut foil that's in almost every store. There are a few stores around that have rose gold and silver, but for the majority of the stores, it's red. And I don't know if it's just that was the only color that they had in stock, and just every now and then a silver or rose gold shows up, or if somebody picked up all the silver and rose gold. I have no idea, but red Cricut foil is a staple in this channel. Unicorns, red Cricut foil, and the green smart foil, and the green smart vinyl, I'm sorry, are the things that we look for the most because it's just inside jokes in this channel. And then, of course, the chalk, but, you know, the chalk. This red foil cardstock is beautiful. If you look at it one way, it looks solid red. If you look at another way, it looks like it's got mottled dark lines in it. This is the store. Okay, so it's the Eustace store. These are marked $2.99, and they're not supposed to be marked $2.99 because the single sheets are supposed to be 25 cents. If that were the full pack of 12 sheets, then yes, it would have been $2.99. So definitely check the price that's on the back of the items that you're looking at, because if they're not marked $2.99, then, if they're not marked 25 cents, or if they're unmarked, then they're fine. I'm sorry, let me try that again. If they're marked 25 cents or if they're not marked, it's fine because they'll ring up at 25 cents. But if they're marked $2.99, they're going to scan the red sticker on it, and it's going to kind of come up as $2.99, which is not the price that it's supposed to be. So that's just something to be aware of when you're in the store. You know, it's just one of those things to be cognizant of so that you can take care of it before you get to the register or at the register. And be nice about it. I mean, the people who work for Ollie's across the board have been amazing. They've been really wonderful, really kind people, and there's no reason to be angry or upset with them. You know, this American Craft liquidation came in one fell swoop, and it hit a lot of the Ollies when they weren't really expecting something like this to occur. And so it's been a learning curve for them too. So, you know, just be nice to them. And this was so cute. Look at these little clay animals that you can make. Oh my goodness gracious. And on that note, I mean, every Ollie's that I've been in, save that one lady in Cartersville, has been amazing. Just every person that works there that I have interacted with has been amazing. So just, you know, I can't say enough kind things about the people who work at Ollie's. I really can't. They're just amazing people. And they have a whole bunch of these little kits, and they have a lot of these rock painting kits, but even the ones that say they have a dotting tool, it's not really the metal dotting tools, it's just a piece of wood. And if you're looking for dotting tools and you can't find that Arteza kit that has all the dotting tools in it, then, you know, an idea would be to use chopsticks or toothpicks. And these are ideas that have been suggested by other members of the guild to people who have asked about dotting tools. So the guild has a Facebook group. It's called Chatty Crafty, and there is a link to the Facebook group in the description of this. I do also have a Patreon, and 2 levels of Patreon have Happy Mail that can go internationally, because most of my things don't go internationally. Most of my giveaways and things like that are strictly for continental United States, the 2 outlying states, and then the territories. Because it's difficult to send things overseas or be able to reliably send things overseas right now. But I can send flat envelopes. So 2 of the levels of Patreon have Happy Mail that can go overseas, and then the other levels of Patreon, the higher levels of Patreon, have Happy Mail for people within the United States. So it's stuff that I will send out to people, and this channel also has memberships if you're inclined to do a membership for the channel, and there are levels of the membership that also include Happy Mail. That Astro Designs paper that was up just a few minutes ago says semi-textured. And most of the Astro Designs paper that we've seen have been solid core or metallic. And this is only the second store that I've seen semi-textured in. And here I am looking at the dotting tool, and it really is a wooden stick. So anything that's a wooden stick, even the ends of those paintbrushes could be used as a dotting tool. So that's something to think about if dotting tools are something you're looking for. Eustace store had 60s. There's the table lamps, and they were $30. I did find a floor lamp in another store, and I picked it up, but it was the only floor lamp that was there, and at this point, I don't even remember which store it was in. But these were the table lamps. There were 6 of them in the store when I was there on Tuesday. I have no idea if they're still there. These look like excellent stocking stuffers. They've got the word search and they've got the crossword. Beautiful covers, really nice, sturdy covers. It's not that paper cover that you usually get on the typical word search and crossword puzzle books. And they were just really nice and pretty to look at and really felt good in the hand. I do have a sensory thing where I like the way things feel, and those felt really nice. So definitely something to look into if you've got somebody who would like that as a stocking stuffer or as a gift or as something else, or maybe just a little happy to leave on a coworker's desk if they're not having a great week. You just plop one on their desk and just give them a little happy. You know, it super cheap. I think the word searches were 99 cents, and I think the crossword puzzle one was $2.99. You know, not expensive at all, and something that would be very appreciated by someone who just needed a little pick-me-up, and that could be just that for someone. Body part tarot. Oh my gosh. I had to read this box so many different times to really to see if it was really what I was reading. And yes, it is body part tarot, and the front of it is an anatomical heart. I thought that was the coolest idea. None of them were open. I couldn't see what they looked like on the inside, so all we had to go on was what you could see on the outside of the package. But oh my goodness gracious, for somebody who does tarot, likes tarot, maybe wants to get into tarot, and might also be, you know, in some sort of healing arts, or a medical student or a nurse or something like that. So cool. Here's the unicorn. These are the glittery unicorns. Gorgeously glittery unicorns. I love the name of it. It's got such good alliteration to it. And then I found this, and I have never seen anything like this before. It's Dogman, and it's Attack of the Fleas, and it's a game. I mean, how cute is that? That would be such a cute gift, you know, to get the family together to play a game, and it's cute and it's funny, and, you know, it'd be something really neat to do with your kids, or, you know, even if you're adults who like that kind of thing, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Just absolutely go for it. You do you. This channel right here is about authenticity. It is about acceptance. It is about inclusion. It is about making sure that everybody feels welcome in this channel. So whether you're here with the guild, this is all kindness and joy and happiness. And it's a little bright spot in what can be a very dark area. And so I just that's just what I want to be. I just want my little channel to be a little bright spot to say, hi, here's something cute and fun and happy, and let's enjoy each other's company, and let's help each other grow and become better crafters and better artists and better seamstresses. Now, obviously, I can't help you with the seamstress part of that, or the sewing part of that. Tailors, I can't help you with that because I don't do that, but there are people in the guild who can. So, you know, look into the Facebook channel if that's something that you're interested in. I do have a Facebook page called Chatty Crafty, but it's not linked in the description. It's just my page, and then there is this particular channel, and then I also have an Instagram. As for social media, that's about it, because that's about all I can do, and it's really stressing my spoons in order to be able to do all of those. There's an app that lets me do Facebook and Instagram at the same time, which is probably the only reason why I'm trying to do anything on Instagram at all. But, you know, so I'm focusing on the YouTube and the Facebook, and I hope that you choose to to come along on this particular journey because it's going to be fun and it's going to be informative and it's going to be something that is interesting for everyone involved. Hopefully, that's my goal, and it's going to be fraught with kindness and acceptance, and it's going to be fraught with authenticity and all of those wonderful things that people, there's just it's nice. I can't think of really a better word. It's just nice. We'll leave it at nice. It's just nice. I don't know. There's that chalk part thing again. Oh, and look at this. Look at this guy. He's so cute and he's so huge and he has wings. This was the Eustace store. He was only $30. I mean, oh my gosh. Can you imagine a kid who loves dragons coming downstairs to that and, first thing in the morning, coming downstairs and seeing that big, beautiful dragon just sitting there. And he's such a beautiful color, that kind of aqua, kind of teal. Oh my goodness, science fair project. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear me say science fair project? Yes. Again, science fair projects are coming due really soon. So if you want to pick up these things for science fair projects, you might want to. In the Eustace store, I found the dollar table last. So we're looking at the dollar table at the very last part of the Eustace store. They had all of these bottles of glitter. I don't personally do craft coated, but look how beautiful these bottles of glitter are. They had some little wooden stamps with letters on it, and look at these beautiful little, these are sticko clear stickers. I'm sorry, I couldn't get the word out. But they're sticko clear stickers that are things like food and leaves and all sorts of beautiful things. I believe that was the wine bottle, which was $1.99 for the Kaboom chocolate molds. And they have all of these beautiful things that you can put on your cake decorating. You have all the beautiful things for making cakes. They had those fluted cookie cutters. And then somewhere along the way, this thing of bath fizzies ended up in this box. And I thought that was the cutest thing. And this is that ribbon. Oh my gosh, I love, oh no, this isn't it. This isn't that ribbon. One is a really beautiful Park Lane ribbon. It was $1.99, and I think that was 10 yards of it, which is a great price. So if you do wreaths or if you do any sort of bow making and things like that, beautiful little resin mold for a little diamond. So many glue sticks. If you want glue sticks, go to the Lakeland store. They have tons and tons, and I'm hoping that they will put them on sale so that they don't get binned, because one of my concerns, and I've said this several times in several past videos, is that when people stop buying these American crafts things, that they're just going to end up getting binned. And look at me, I'm pointing out all the boxes of glitter. These are all boxes of glitter. So this store definitely has glitter. And look at these little tubes. I racked my brain trying to figure out some way that I could use these, because I thought these were amazing. And I just couldn't come up with a way, because I am so not a baker. I can cook really well, but the thing that makes me a good cook makes me a terrible baker, because I don't leave recipes alone. And when you're cooking, it's not so bad. Sometimes you get things that don't taste that great, but it's not so bad. But when you're baking, you mess up the ratios and you mess up the bake, and it's just not doable. And look at these beautiful colors. These are chalkboard paints. I'm going to pull the tray out. Look at all those beautiful colors. Oh my gosh. At $1 a bottle, such a great price. Absolutely such a great price. I did go back to the Eustace store at one point to get those the pink vellum sheets. Sorry, my phone went off. But they still had some, so I didn't really need to rush back like I did. And then this is silver. It's got lines in it, silver lines and white ribbons. So beautiful. I have no idea what this went to. It was sitting on the table, so I picked it up and looked at it. And more of the little molds and some little stuff. Oh, these items are so awesome, and they have so many uses. And it's a great thing even for gift giving. So if you have somebody who might be interested in getting into some crafts, give them like those little baggies and some glue and a stamp pad set, and let them do some crafting and see what they think of things and see what they want to do with things. This little ink pad set, it's got 3 little ink pads, and I believe it had 10 little ink stamps. It was $1. $1 for that. That would be a great thing to put in somebody's stocking stuffer. Give them some paper, a little paper pad to put in there so that they can test it out and see if crafting is something that they want to do, and see if they like ink and stamp. And if they don't like ink and stamp, then maybe markers, or if you're willing to try it, maybe glitter. I wouldn't be. I totally understand if you're not. I wouldn't be. But there are people out there that love glitter. And why not? I mean, absolutely. Glitter is an amazing thing. And I have seen some beautiful techniques that use glitter and get some amazing results out of it. I went back over the table and I saw a few things that I hadn't looked at the first time around. So I'm just going back through and highlighting some of the things that I didn't show off very well the first time around, which is why some of these items might look familiar. But I didn't show off these little soap makers. These are actual little soap making things. Those that stocking and that Christmas tree and that gingerbread man. Those are for making soaps, and they're little molds for that. And then one last thing about Ollie's is check out their discount food area. These are items that are about to go out of date, but they're still fine. And you can get some really cool things that your family might use, or something you might want to try, or something that your family eats. Like 25% off of these Cheetos. It was 50% off, I believe, of the Kraft mac and cheese. Not sponsored by any of these. I'm just pointing it out. 25% off Slim Fast. So check out the little aisle where they have the stuff that's on sale, the foods that have been put on sale because they're about to go out of date, because you can really get some good buys on snacks and things like that from Ollie's. And it's an interesting way to get some food and some things that you might not have been able to try. And, in this day and age, getting food cheaper than just regular price is not bad. And since it's already a discount store because it's a liquidation store, this is just prices off. That whole little basket right there was $1.25 after it was 75% off. That's a great price for something. If you want to take all the items out, I mean, you don't have to leave them in an Easter basket. You can take all the items out and then give them out separately. They don't have to be in an Easter basket. So just something to think about if you're in an Ollie, something to look for. I've mentioned it a few times, but this was the first time that I saw a table this big. So I thought I'd go through all the different items that they have on this table so that you could see some of the items and how they are laid out, and some of the prices that you can get these things and what the discount is. I mean, this little jar of mayonnaise is 50% off. That's not a bad deal. Hawaiian Punch cotton candy. And if it's anything like the Dr. Pepper cotton candy, oh, it's so weird. We bought some of the Dr. Pepper cotton candy that was 50% off, and it was just strange because it tasted exactly like Dr. Pepper, but it was dry and warm and weird, but it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was really good. But anyway, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who's here. And thank you so much for all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers, all the people who have just subscribed. You're wonderful and you're greatly appreciated. And cheers and happy crafting.